You ever have a neighbor who just doesn't care? No matter how politely you ask, they keep blasting music like they're headlining a concert in your living room? Well, that's exactly what happened to me, until I found a perfect way to make him stop, and let's just say he didn't see it coming. If you've ever dreamed of finally getting justice against a noisy neighbor, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because this is one of the most satisfying petty revenge stories you'll hear today. I used to live in a small apartment complex, the kind where the walls were thin, the floors creaked, and privacy was more of a concept than a reality. For the most part, it was peaceful until my new upstairs neighbor moved in. At first, he seemed like any other tenant. Mid-30s, kind of scruffy, always wearing headphones around his neck. I figured he was just into music, no big deal. But the very first night, I learned just how much he loved his music. It started around 10 p.m., a steady bass thumping through the ceiling. Nothing crazy at first. I thought, okay, maybe it's a weekend thing. But then it got louder and louder. Soon, my picture frames were rattling, and I could literally feel the floor vibrating under my feet. Now, I had work early the next morning, the kind of job that needs you up before sunrise. So sleep wasn't optional. I gave him the benefit of the doubt the first night, but when it happened again, and again, every single night, it stopped being tolerable. Conflict escalation. I tried everything. Earplugs, white noise, even sleeping on the couch in the farthest corner of the apartment. But that bass just cut through everything. So I decided to handle it the adult way. I knocked on his door one evening and said, as politely as possible, "Hey, man, could you turn the music down a bit at night? I have work early." He looked me dead in the eye and said, "No, I live here too. I can play music whenever I want." Just like that. No apology. No compromise. Nothing. That's when something inside me snapped, not in anger, but in resolve. If you want to play this game, I'd play too, but on my terms. The turning point. See, the thing about living beneath someone is gravity's on your side. Every morning, I woke up at 5:30 a.m. for work. Normally, I'd move quietly so I wouldn't disturb anyone. But after another night of blasting music until 2 a.m., I figured it was time to start my mornings a little differently. So, when my alarm rang, I stood up and accidentally dropped my phone, then my keys, then my shoes. You'd be amazed how loud hardwood floors can be when you want them to be. And if something didn't make enough noise when I dropped it, I threw it every single morning when I left for work. I made sure to slam my front door so hard it echoed through the hallway. It was petty, sure, but it was effective. Revenge execution. By the third morning, I started to notice a pattern. Around 6:15 a.m., the upstairs footsteps would start moving. The sound of groaning floorboards told me my neighbor was awake. Guess sleep deprivation wasn't as fun when you were on the receiving end. A few days later, there was a knock on my door. I opened it to find him standing there, dark circles under his eyes, hair messy, and a look of pure exhaustion. "Hey, man," he said, rubbing his face. "Why are you so loud in the mornings?" I gave him the same innocent look he gave me before and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I've been so tired lately from all the noise at night. I keep dropping things. Guess I'm just clumsy when I don't sleep." He blinked. I could see the gears turning in his head, the realization hitting him like a ton of bricks. He just muttered, "Right? Yeah, okay," and walked away. That night, the music stopped. Not turned down, stopped completely. And from that day forward, I slept like a baby. It's funny how fast people learn empathy when they get a taste of their own medicine. He never played loud music again, and every morning after that, I made sure to drop things quietly. Peace had been restored, not through anger, but through perfectly executed petty revenge. Sometimes, the best way to teach someone a lesson isn't by yelling or fighting. It's by letting them feel exactly what they've been dishing out. Call it karma, poetic justice, or just plain satisfaction. But for once, I finally got my sleep back. If this story gave you that sweet justice feeling, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what's your worst neighbor experience? And don't forget to subscribe for more real Reddit revenge stories that'll make you believe in karma again.